We are live. Welcome back to Talk Talk Live. I am here on IG and YouTube. Thank you for joining me on Talk Talk Live tonight. Thought I'd go a little bit street on the uniform today. This is sponsored by the makers of these, Duntalk.com, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for joining me back on Talk Talk Live. Now, let me just connect. Wait a second. 1 second there. Gotta connect the phone to the charger, because if that happens, yeah, I'd be in trouble. Thank you for joining me on Talk Talk Live. We are back. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We are back again, and on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Sponsored by Duntalk, as already explained. Hold on just a second. Let me just dim the lights here just a tad. No, that's not the one. That's the one. We're back. Yes, we are back and in control of this. And thank you for joining me on Talk Talk Live. So tonight, on Thursday night. First of all, where are my manners? I hope you're enjoying your week. I hope you're enjoying the upcoming weekend, which is to come. Although here in the city of Toronto, we will be engaging in a bit of a cold front that will be happening coming soon, and it won't be good. It won't be good. So to all those out there, please get your willies on, especially if you're heading out to work tomorrow, because it's going to be very, very cold, up to about a minus 15 tomorrow as a high, which is, it's going to be very, very chilly. So if you do not have the luxury of working from home, please protect yourself while you're out there. And I wish you well on the journey. But for those who are working at home, lucky you. Lucky all of us who do have jobs, let alone in this downsizing economy. And I hope that things are going well in your neck of the woods. But yeah, please protect yourself, especially with the weather. And if you have any weekend plans, hope you are going to enjoy yourself. But I'll be back on Sunday night to talk to you about those. But tonight, Talk Live. We're going to discuss something, a bit that speaks to the modern age, speaks to the modern woman, speaks to ladies these days whose rising economies allow them to do manly things, as was as eloquently put out there by Gabrielle Union. Now, Gabrielle Union, the title of today's show, to be fair, Frank, is Gabrielle Union entitled to do ho shit? Or ho-ish, ho-ish. And because I don't want to get monetized or anything as such, especially on the YouTube channel, as I see right here. Thank you for joining me in Talk Live. So, are they entitled to do ho-ish? So my thing is this. Gabrielle was recently on let me just get back to it here. Recently on a podcast. And let me just get to it right now. Go to the browser. There we go. Yes, so she was recently on a podcast with, who is it now? I just want to get the name. Yes, I think it was The Rational Male, I think that was the name of the podcast anyway. Or is it the name of this, different perspective, right? I think it was the, yes, let me just look it up, because Gabrielle Union interview. Here we go. Where is it now? Very Union, let me see. Entitled. Yes. Here we go. Talks about entitled cheat. Well, anyway, she was on there's too many things, and everybody's talking about it, really. But she was on a recent podcast, this gentleman's podcast, anyways. And she was recently talking about how, as a woman of some means and some notoriety, and as a highly paid actress, she was entitled to do whole stuff, especially when she became the high earner within her previous relationship, to football star. Let me get the name here quickly. Chris Howard. There you go. Oh, I just dragged that out the way. That was not right. There we go. It was Chris Howard. And why are you running away with me? Here we go. All right. There we go. Just wanted to check things out. Why do I see this twice? Okay, maybe I didn't get the third one here. But anyways, So with that in mind, there we go. I think I didn't get this one yet. There we go. Sorry about that. Just had to load the videos up here, and now they are here. I know exactly where this one's going to start. Thank goodness. And yes. So, sorry about that. So we're going to get back to the original interview. So there we are. So, Gabrielle Union. Now that I have my faculties together, Gabrielle Union had decided to herself that she was in a relationship with her husband and found out that he was cheating, and so she did some skullduggery. She had her her, as they say, as Jada Pinkett would say, she had her entanglements with other gentlemen herself, but she felt that she was entitled to do it because since she was the breadwinner of the relationship at the time, Chris Howard was, I think, retired. Chris Howard was a former NFL football player, former NFL running back, and he wasn't earning as much as Gabrielle. And she found about his infidelities during the relationship, and she decided to cheat back simply because she felt entitled to do so because of the fact that she was a breadwinner. And she said that as you are the breadwinner, like her father was, while she was a child, he was entitled to do whatever he wanted, especially when it came to love and infidelity. So she felt that she was entitled to cheat. So this started a whole a whole firestorm with regards to things, and let's listen to the interview first, and then we'll weigh in with a highly regarded retort from 50 Cent, in which it showed a certain mentality, certain hoish quote unquote mentality with regards to her cheating. So we're gonna get onto that right now. Thank you for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. All right, let's get into it. Make sure the power's on here.
Battery 70%.
There we go, and we go.
Always married, but that first go round, I definitely was not getting Wife of the Year awards.
Okay, good.
I had some focus issues.
Sure.
In our first marriage, neither one of us felt like the marriage should get in the way of our dating.
Right.
And so
You and I are identical.
keeping up with his activities. And I was like, oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, you're going to feel this one.
Right.
And
Okay.
I just felt entitled to it as well. I was paying all the bills. I was working my ass off. And I felt like that's what comes, the spoils of riches. And like my dad before me, whoever has the most gets to do whatever the hell they want, is what I thought.
Yes.
So again, there it is. She said it point blank and for all to hear. She, for lack of a better word, if either she had proof or she didn't, she thought that her first husband Chris Howard was cheating on her, and she said, "Oh well, listen, it's time for payback," and so she decided, to exact revenge by cheating on him with whoever she liked, and she felt that she, in doing so, she was entitled to do it because she was the breadwinner. She's paying all the bills. So she decided that she's wearing the pants of the house, and if you're wearing the pants, then to the victor go the spoils, and the spoils were hers. However, quite simply, as she said, it became messy, and not only that, the tit for tat pretty much ruined the relationship because again, they were there in name only. It wasn't as if they were loving each other. It's not as if they adhered to each other's vows. It's not as if they had any sort of mutual agreement not to see anybody. Quite simply, he stepped out on her. So as she said, now that if that is true or not, that's besides the point. But she decided to cheat on him simply because she felt entitled. She felt she was well within her rights to do so because she was paying the bills. Now, that's a modern woman way of putting things, but also, to be fair and frank, that's a manly way of putting things. But she continues. Let's go.
Yes.
And it was dysfunctional from day one.
Yeah.
I wish I had more guilt for some of that. I think it was such a stupid relationship that should have never gotten out of the dating phase.
Yeah.
We were gifted therapy, and the first session, the therapist was like, that's literally what she said. I don't know how you guys made it out of the dating phase. And we should probably look for a way to amicably.
Dissolve.
Yeah, because you have not one thing in common. No morals, no values, no scruples. The one thing you guys both have in common is other people. You know what I mean? So why don't you just go be with other people?
You guys heard what she said early on. She said.
We're gonna pause this for a second because this is coming from another show here. Sorry, let me just give credit to that show. That show being, yes, indeed, that show being. Hold on, just 1 second. Yes, a different perspective, and I thank you for the different perspective for putting that out there. So again, you heard what Gabrielle Union said. She said, you know what, this was a mess from the start, and that is clearly and utterly true. She became the man in the relationship, he became the woman in the relationship, and gender roles reversed, and there was no trust in the relationship from whatsoever. He couldn't put his foot down because she was earning more, and through hypergamous means, and to the fact that she felt entitled. Quite simply, she, decided to cheat on him, step out on him, because again, she not only was it for a revenge factor, but it was for a factor that she was a breadwinner, so she's allowed to do what she wants. However, other people, they cheat, and they use this as an excuse. So use the excuse that maybe you were cheating on me, but or I was a breadwinner, so I can do what the hell I want. So it gives them justification, which again, they're well and true. Which that's why we push in the red pill the fact that men should always strive to find a woman with whom they're compatible with, number one. But number two, you always have to watch out for a woman who earns more than you, because the woman earns more than you. Then, as I was saying, there's a tendency for women to get out of pocket with you. There's a tendency for a woman to use it in any sort of argument to start a fight with you and really hit you below the belt in terms of the fact that you may not be good in bed, but most importantly, the fact that you couldn't out earn her. So you're not worthy of respect, and that's why it's so important for us men to keep aware that when you're dealing with these women, I wouldn't call them high value women, because that's a totally different area of woman whatsoever. We'll call these women, modern women. We'll call these women, feministas. We'll call these women city girls 304s, because the fact that they are using their place in life to their advantage towards a certain lifestyle, a certain sexual lifestyle, a certain sexual proclivity, which allows them to do what the hell they want. Now, in retort, we have my man 50 Cent. Now, 50's a well-known art, one of the greater artists in hip-hop history. He's sold millions of records. Not only that, he's as everybody knows, he's a TV producer, produced Power. Now he's producing BMF, the Black Mafia family, and he's a very, very successful actor, producer, writer, executive producer, and all things entertainment. And quite simply, he's done a fabulous job in the entertainment industry. He's one of the leading lights within that entertainment industry. And the fact of the matter is, 50 tells it like it is. 50's not one to hold his tongue for anyone, because again, he's come from the streets. He understands street logic, and he came from nothing to something. So he, more than anybody else, would have through his success, would have the wherewithal to say whatever he wants, and quite simply, no one can tell him what to do, because he has that sort of power, he has that sort of autonomy to tell it like it is. And to 50, I salute him, because quite simply, he told stuff as it was in this case. Here, he hears about what Gabrielle Union did, and the fact that she stepped out of her relationship with her man, and realizes that, what, there's a way of There's a way to put this, and quite simply, it's all about hoship. You know, this is how, and I'll let 50 explain what hoship means to our viewing audience here at Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So he was recently on Big Boy TV, on Big Boy Radio, one of the legendary West Coast DJs and podcasters out there, and he was in the neighborhood on Big Boy TV, and he was talking to 50 Cent about this same issue, and listen, the response from 50 Cent, shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry, shockwaves throughout entertainment, period, where he was talked about on The View and all these different talk shows about what he had to say, but nobody can call him on it, because quite simply he has a voice, and it's undeniable. It's as irascible as it may be, but he speaks truth, and we're gonna hear it right now on Talk Live. Thank you for joining me. So let me just cue it up right now. All right, let's go from here. Yes, let's go from there. Let's go. Oh, I got it. Need off. Okay.
Battery 70%.
You didn't know where the money went. He's like, what?
Makes what? Hey, man. Alrighty, Gabrielle Union just recently revealed that she cheated in one of her past relationships in her first marriage because she was the breadwinner. Alrighty, since she paid all the bills that she could pretty
You
much...
can see it live on Talk Live on YouTube.
The breadwinner have that pass to cheat. And is it crazy coming from Gabrielle Union?
Yeah, that's crazy that she even said that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that it matters who's making more money. I think it matters the terms of the relationship, how you get involved, right? Because I think friendship is the strongest form of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have friends since first grade, and people play standards. You know what you should ask a person? You should ask them where their concept of a relationship is coming from. Because if the concept is coming from tradition, then it may not naturally match up with the way we live right now. We live in non-traditional times. It's modern time. So they're using their parents' relationship as the way it should be.
Right.
Chances are that their mom was a little more submissive or different because she couldn't earn the same money when we talking about Gabrielle having more money
Right.
than the person that she was with. And then like I say, and I mean, how it depends on how they come into it. Like I think nobody complains. Like if you think, look at this, if women under different circumstances, let's say the woman was a porn star, babe.
Right.
If you date the woman that was a porn star, there's no such thing as cheating.
Right, yeah. I've heard people saying in a relationship, like, oh, that's work.
Yeah. Oh, she went to work. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so the way that was work, and it didn't matter. If she asked you if you slept with somebody, and you say, yeah, but that was nothing. Ain't that the same as that was work?
And see, with me, it depends on who it is. Like, if I knock down like Oprah Winfrey,
Right.
she can do whatever she
She
wants.
gonna give you that bag.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, Oprah can do whatever she wants. And she ain't even gotta lie. Like, she could be leaving the house, and I just be like, do you need me to pick you up? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Look. But do you think that she looks at a man like if he's not bringing in more than her, that he should be under whatever?
I think so.
Rules for saying that. I mean, like for just saying.
Gabrielle wanted to be like her father. Quite simply, point blank, period. She wanted the spoils of being the breadwinner, so she could do whatever she wanted. And quite simply, make sure I got this thing here under control. I don't know what's going on there, man. Hold on a second. Okay, we good. It should be good. Okay. Let's try that now. Sorry about that. So yes. So Gabrielle was she wanted to be like her dad, and she wanted to wear the pants, quite simply. And she said, you know what, I'm gonna take advantage of the situation that he's out of pocket with money. I'm running the show, and she took steps to basically doing what she wanted to do. So, and in doing so, emasculating the man that she was with, number one. Number two, just basically solidifying herself as the alpha within the relationship. But 50 broke it down in a totally different way and made you think about this stuff because at the end of the day, he referred to what Gabrielle Union was doing as whole shit, as stuff a porn star would do on set. That's just work. So she was, as just simply work. He was out. She was out doing whatever she wanted. And if sex came to pass, sex came to pass. But that's the spoils of being rich. So I'm allowed to do whole shit. I'm allowed to sleep with whoever I want. And we consider that work. We just chalk that up to being par for the course. And it goes to show that, number one, there was no meeting of the minds of the relationship. But number two, she wouldn't let a man be a man. She would not stick by her vows because she didn't have respect for him. She wouldn't stick by her vows. And the fact of the matter is, as 50 said himself, the woman here, Gabrielle, she literally said, you know what? If your pocket's up, then I'll listen to you. Then you would garner my submission. You would be, I would listen to you. I would stay at home and I wouldn't run around with, Tom, Dick, and Harry. But since you don't earn enough, well, that entitles me. And she felt entitled, as my girl just said, as Gabrielle said, she's entitled to go with whomever she wanted, especially with men of power. So therefore, there was no sort of traditional, it was not a traditional relationship in and of itself, right? Because even if Gabrielle was earning more, in a traditional relationship, she wouldn't do that to a man. She wouldn't emasculate a man like that. But in a modern relationship, things change, right? Because hypergamy is rife. She says that unless you are earning the money, then you don't deserve my respect. You don't deserve my my fidelity. You don't deserve my you don't deserve my respect for you. Quite simply. So she can do what the hell she wants. Now, that's a modern woman for you, right? That's going away from traditional ideals, right? Quite simply. She used to do some whole stuff. And 50 put it out there. That's modern women, for lack of a better word, engage in hoe-ish all the time. They do. Simply put. If a man's not earning enough, she's not, it's number one, it's a looks-based society. Number two, it's a society in which if a woman's earning more than you, she loses respect for you, and at the end of the day, she'll cheat on you. She will end the relationship, and she'll blame it on more or less a man for doing so. Either he's not earning enough, or he's not ambitious enough, or whatever excuse he'll make to justify her position. And that's exactly what she did here. Because who knows what Chris Howard did in the relationship. But she said, you know what? He was cheating on her, so I'm allowed to do this sort of thing. But anyways, I'll let 50 continue. But that's where it comes down to. So let's move this on. Let's move this forward. 50 has something else to say about this.
That's that be the clickbait. 50 Cent calls Gabrielle.
Gabrielle the hoe.
All righty, 52 cents.
You set this up, baby.
No, you went there. 52 cents.
The mentality. Look at the mentality connected to it.
You still going?
I'm just saying.
He's ducking it, bro. You set it up.
Jesus Christ, man. We already got the 2 points.
But here's the thing about 50 that's so impressive is that who's gonna tell him to shut up? Who's gonna cancel 50? Who? Is Gabrielle gonna cancel 50? Hell no. There was no sexual assault of Gabrielle at 50. 50's on a higher level to Gabrielle at the end of the day. He is. I mean, listen, there's a level of respect for Gabrielle. There's no doubt about that. But 50's on a whole other plane. So he can speak the truth about this one because at the end of the day, he has that status in society to do so. Now, again, this, as will be explained later in another interview, this is this is another conduit of modern relationships. Not only that, but relationships in the entertainment industry, and like with athletes and entertainers and actors and such, where they're always you might as well consider it an open relationship, quite simply, because no everybody is so based on themselves that if they feel slighted in the least bit, they will exact revenge as it happened with Will and Jada. You know what I mean? It was real time emasculation. She said, you know what, my guy's going out there and have fun, so I'm gonna have my quote unquote time with August Alsina, even though he's now gay now. But anyways, nonetheless, but she's gonna have her own entanglement. So in these sort of modern relationships, in which the man is the breadwinner, there are so many modern women out there that they're going to exact revenge on themselves. So a man is not allowed to be a man in these sort of relationships, especially in the entertainment industry, because again, but in real life, these are where these sort of tendencies will fall to. And one way to stop it is to call it what it is, and that's what 50's done. He's called it what it is. It is ho-ish. What you're doing. You are like you're on a porn star set. You go in there, you have your sex. What's done is done, and that's the long and the short of it. But the fact of the matter is that being considered a hoe is a thing that sticks. Now, if a guy does it, he's considered a player, he's considered a baller, he's considered, some ladies consider him a man whore, but that doesn't usually stick to that in a relationship. The idea of calling a woman a hoe, it stays, it sticks. It's a biting and very impactful remark. Even you had Big Boy here trying to say, man, you're trying to get me canceled. Man, look, you can't. So people